Hello friends and welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Cardin and I'm coming to you live from Kansas City, and I am super excited to be here today to help answer all your questions that you have about our amazing Prove It products. So welcome to our incredible Prove It community. If you are brand new to our page here, brand new to our Prove It community, drop a number 1 down below. We want to celebrate you and give you a nice big warm welcome. So as you're joining, I'm actually just mixing up one of my favorite flavors. So let us know a couple of your favorite flavors is. I have Heart's Heart right here that I am mixing up here today. So as you're joining, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how long you've been with this incredible Prove It community. Go ahead and hit that share button. You can share that right now to your own Facebook page. You can hit that right to Messenger. You can tag a few friends in that. I'm just going to share a couple minutes about myself while everyone's getting notifications about this. I'm going to refresh my computer here so I can also make sure I get as many questions as possible answered here today. So again, my name is Dr. Heather Cardin. I'm the co-owner of Cardin Center for Wellness. I'm a functional medicine practitioner where I have practiced over 25 years alongside my husband, Dr. Ralph Cardin. Since we opened up our doors 25 years ago, we have always practiced and implemented, taught our patients, lived a lifestyle of a low-carb ketogenic diet just a mere 20-some years, 25 years. We do know that the ketogenic diet has actually been studied well over 100 years, so there's emerging information happening everywhere around the world. So we are so excited to have this conversation here with you today. We know how hard it has been for so many people, even myself sometimes, to actually get in that amazing state of ketosis where your body's metabolically burning fat for fuel instead of sugar. We know it can be hard to maintain that, calculating all the macros. Sometimes it can be isolating to be in that state. It can be tricky sometimes if you have underlying health conditions to maintain ketosis, although we know ketones are a superior fuel compared to glucose. So just a little giant step back, we know our body has two fuel sources it can burn. It can either burn ketones, which comes from healthy fats that don't require any insulin at all, or we can actually burn glucose, which comes from carbohydrates, which is fruits, vegetables, grains, cakes and cookies and pies too, but yes, it can be fruits and vegetables and grains, or it can actually be proteins. Yes, even proteins require insulin to actually get the fuel source to our target muscles. But we know that when you're burning nuts and seeds and oils, healthy fats, our body doesn't need insulin and we get a very pure fuel source called ketones. In the absence of carbohydrates or in a low carbohydrate instance where either you're fasting or you're on a ketogenic diet where your body's consuming low levels of carbohydrates, above ground greens, a few nuts and seeds, mostly consuming fats, or letting your body tap into your stored fats and actually break those down into ketone bodies. And we have 3 separate ketone bodies, but we're going to talk mostly about beta hydroxybutyrate because that's a ketone body that gives us incredible energy. We know it's a far superior fuel source compared to glucose. Number one, it doesn't require insulin. It's about 37% more efficient than a sugar molecule or glucose. We know we don't require as much oxygen, which is so much more important for our body. So there's so much more amazing benefits. We have better cognition, better memory, better recall, better digestion, even better skin. We talk about that. We know it also helps control cravings. It helps us feel fuller longer. That word's called satiety. So we don't have that yo-yo that we need with 6 mini meals a day when you're actually consuming a diet high in carbohydrates. So we feel fuller longer. It's allowing our nervous system to rest and digest properly. It's more important to allow our bodies to fast now. We can talk about intermittent fasting if that's a question that pops up today. But my job really today is help you better understand all of our incredible Prove It products that we have. I know back in 2015 when I joined this amazing community, we had one product, which we still have today, which is our hero product, our amazing NAT, which stands for natural. It's a pure therapeutic exogenous ketone, which is bioidentical, the only one in the world that is bioidentical to what our body makes. That means when we shake it up and drink it, our body says, hey, that's exactly what I make. When my liver goes and breaks down my fat and uncouples it, it makes a ketone out of it. Beta hydroxybutyrate. I recognize that when I drink it, it puts your body in ketosis. Remember, ketosis means metabolically burning fat for fuel. You can be in that amazing state where you have better energy, better cognition, better skin, better digestion, satiety, feeling fuller longer, incredible energy in less than 59 minutes. diet independent. That means you don't have to be on a ketogenic diet. You don't have to be on a low carb diet. You can be on a vegan, paleo, clean 30, whichever lifestyle you choose. You simply have to shake it up and drink it in less than about 30 or 40 minutes, and it will put your body in that amazing state of ketosis. So let's get right down to your questions, because that is my goal today. So I'm excited to have you here as you're joining. Yes, you can absolutely share this. Let us know where you're joining from. Let us know what's your favorite flavors that you're drinking up. And again, I'm just refreshing my computer over here because I can get those questions answered a little bit quicker here. But super excited to have you here today. So let's get right down to your questions. Oh, I love that I can't live without my products. So I love, and I love hearing all your amazing stories and your experiences. And please note that I cannot give you any medical advice. I cannot contradict anything that your medical provider or your primary care physician has said. So always check with your healthcare provider first. I just want to help you better understand what amazing fuel source that we have here. It's not a stimulant, it's a fuel source because it's energy at the cellular level for your body. So Ashley says, how long after drinking ketones will I stay in ketosis? Will I stay there if I'm under 20 net carbs? So Ashley, this is a great question. We know we're all unique individual beings. We are different ages, different metabolic histories. We have different activity levels. We sleep different. We may take different food intake in. Again, 20 net carbs may be candy 20 net carbs, it could be above ground greens 20 net carbs. It's all different for different people. However, let's just stick to when I drink one serving of my amazing Keto NAT. You can expect to be in that state of ketosis anywhere from 2 to 4 to 6 plus hours. That can vary. Let's say that I wake up, I shake up my ketones, and then I go work out. And then I don't refeed after my workout. Maybe I do a 2-hour workout. I'm really crushing it. I'm training for a half marathon, and I do 2 hours of cardio or hour cardio and hour weights. And then I'm still intermittent fasting. I'm still in ketosis from the day before. I drink my ketones, so maybe from 8 o'clock at night, because I do drink my Keto Pro at night, which puts me in ketosis. I drink my ketones at 6:30 in the morning a.m. I had mine at 8 p.m. last night. Wake up in the morning, again, not on a ketogenic diet, hypothetically, I drink my ketones, I go work out, I have another serving of ketones mid-morning. I could still be in ketosis from my ketones because I burned all my carbs while I was working out. Then I actually go and eat something around 12 or 1. I have less than 20 net carbs. You could still be in ketosis. Or if you're actually not on a ketogenic diet, but you drink your ketones, say 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, you break your fast at noon or 1, or you don't break your fast, you could be there anywhere from 2 to 4 to 6 plus hours. We know things like your history, your activity level, cortisol level, hormones, so many different things, even hidden food allergies can affect that. We do know the more active you are, the more healthy your mitochondria are, the more longer your body gets used to being adapted to being in ketosis, the longer your body will stay there. So we know that we've had our product out since 2015. People will have started with Prove It back in 2015. They started using our Keto NAT the first 30 days. Maybe they would only stay in ketosis for 3 hours after Keto NAT, didn't change their diet. After their body got more adapted, saying, I remember what it's like to be in ketosis. I like how this feels. Your body becomes more adapted. Then it starts staying in ketosis 4 hours, diet independent. Then it starts staying in there 5 hours, maybe the next month. Maybe after a year of drinking exogenous ketones, not on a ketogenic diet. So I'm disregarding your carb question because that's varying for person to person. You could actually stay there for 6 plus hours. So these are water soluble is the next question. Do they build up in your body? The answer is no, because they're water soluble. Your body uses what it needs and eliminates what it doesn't need. Just like when you're drinking straight water, your cells use the water it needs and it eliminates out what it doesn't need. That's why you don't want to chug these. You want to actually drink these in 20 or 30 minutes so your body absorbs all the ketones. It saturates up into the cells. You elevate your level of ketones. Your body uses them, and then once it's done using the fuel source, just like when you top off your car, you fill your car up with gasoline, you use the gasoline or use the fuel source in your car, and then it drops off, or a hybrid car, and then it switches over. So your body uses what it needs, eliminates out what it doesn't need. So hypothetically, if you drink your ketones today when I'm talking with you, and I don't drink any more ketones, I'm not on a ketogenic diet, I will probably not be in ketosis tomorrow unless I'm on a ketogenic diet and I'm staying active. So great question. You just have to test to know. And the next question is, how do you know? Well, some people just feel it. So it's not required that you test your ketone levels. Some people just feel better. Their brain fog goes away. Their energy is much higher. They just feel like, gosh, I could do my yard work. I could clean some laundry. I feel really, really productive at work. I feel like I could get a bunch of stuff done around my house or at work. Or you could actually use a blood meter. And you could check your blood level of ketones with a meter. I'm not endorsing any meter at all. I just happen to have a Keto Mojo. I also have a Contour. So you can check it with a blood meter. You can check it with the urine meter. You can check it. There's several breath meters out now. So you can always check it with a meter to tell. But that's just optional for you unless your doctor has recommended that you go on a ketogenic diet and wants you to have you actually check those levels. So Prove It does not require you to check your levels. It's really up to you. And welcome everyone who's on. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. So the difference in the Mexican ketones, I don't have a vial here today. They are a little liquid vial ampule. You do have to reconstitute, which means you do need to mix them with water. Again, 12 to 16 ounces of water. So pretend that I'm holding a 2-ounce vial here. The difference is, in order to make it compliant with their government regulations, we had to use a different sweetener. So in order to use a different sweetener, we're using allulose, which is an all-natural sweetener that does not raise your blood glucose level. So it doesn't raise your blood sugar level. It is all natural, because in the Keto NAT we have erythritol and we have stevia, which is an all-natural sweetener that does not raise your blood glucose level. But in Mexico we had to use allulose, which is a great natural sweetener. You can also get that here in the US. So we had to use a liquid ampule. But in order to make it taste good and to make it mix up, you can see I shook this before we started. It's still in solution. It doesn't precipitate out of solution. And to keep it in solution for the Mexico ketones, we had to use a different sweetener. So the difference is we have a different sweetener. Some people actually think they experience it, the level of ketosis, or the uptake of ketones quicker in their body. They may say they feel it a little bit quicker because it is a liquid. So some people do say they experience it. Overall, I do think the ketones are a little more tart, like the hibiscus, the naranjang. I think they're a little tartar. Let me know what you think. You can drop it down and let us know what your thought is on the Mexican ketones, if you think they're a little more tart or a little more sweet. If you do find them to be a little tart, you can always mix and match any of the US ketones with them. You can put a little Mitoplex in there if you'd like. You can put a splash of nut milk in there if you'd like. You can always mix and match any of the ketones, whether it is using one of the liquid up. If you like to have some carbonation with them, you can always mix and match them. Okay, and the difference between the NAT and the UP, which leads to a great question. I'm sorry, turn around. So this NAT is actually called a ketone salt. So the ketone, which is beta-hydroxybutyrate, is actually bound. So I like to use my fist. I had a lot of chemistry in college. So the beta-hydroxybutyrate is here, and it's actually bound to a salt like sodium and calcium. So it's bound to make it stick together. Once you mix it with water, it breaks apart and it comes a solution, which you drink it. We know in the UP, you see it's a liquid. It is not bound to a salt. We have the ketone, the beta-hydroxybutyrate, bound to another ketone, beta-hydroxybutyrate. It's already in solution. You don't need to shake it up. And please don't shake it up and open it up, because you will have a fun time cleaning up that. But it is a free cell technology, which means it's already in solution. Again, people notice a really quick uptake in the ketones. You'll feel that because ketones provide more oxygen, more than glucose. So you're going to feel that uptake of the ketones much quicker. It does have B vitamins in it, as does the Keto NAT. But some people will say they do notice a quicker uptake in the ketones because you're not having to wait for that salt or that calcium to break apart from the beta-hydroxybutyrate itself. So I'd like to know what you experience, what your experience has been if you drink the free cell technology. Free cell means it's not bound to a salt, versus the Keto NAT, which is a ketone salt and is bound to a salt. So let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite flavor is. I know they've opened up the vault. Some people love that unicorn slam, that Toucan Tango. I love the green apple. It tastes like a Jolly Rancher to me. It's really super tart. So let us know what your favorite flavor is. Let us know if you feel a difference when you drink the Up versus when you drink the Nat. I know some people tend to over dilute this. I see people mixing this with like a 32-ounce bottle. You'll definitely notice that if you're mixing it with over 20 ounces of water, you're really diluting the ketones, so you might not feel it and have that quicker uptake than when it's with a proper amount of dilution here. So Amy says, can we chat on how does activity help ketones work better? Absolutely. So Amy, there's a lot of clinical information, research studies out there showing when people have a hard time getting into ketosis on a ketogenic diet or having a problem uptaking the ketones, their liver, once you lower your body's carbohydrate intake, trying to get in ketosis or trying to raise your level of ketones to a therapeutic level. If someone's been ill, they've been stagnant, they're not very mobile, your body's not moving, your lymphatic system isn't moving, your cells aren't moving, your nervous system isn't moving, stuff's not moving. In order to get your liver to go grab your fat, uncouple it, and make a ketone, you've got to have your body moving. So if you're drinking, the same thing is true with exogenous ketones. So if you're drinking them and you're checking your level and thinking, gosh, I don't feel it like my neighbor says she feels it, or I'm not really feeling that burst of energy like my neighbor says she feels it, you've got to get your cells moving it. Think of like a car sitting in the garage all winter long. Maybe for 10 winters it's been sitting in the garage and it hasn't moved, and you put some fuel in it or put some oil in it and it kind of goes clunk, clunk, clunk and gets moving. Although it hasn't moved for decades, now it's starting to move just a little slower. In order to amplify that, to get it to a therapeutic level, you've got to get moving. If you're a person who's not been very mobile for the last several months, several years, anything, just like pretending to jog in a chair, getting your knees up and moving, and that's really what our Core 4 is about. Dedicate to yourself. Get a couple accountability partners. Say, I'm going to move to a sweat. That may be 5 minutes for yourself. It may be 15 minutes for somebody else. Somebody else maybe need to move for an hour. Do arm circles, arms overhead. We have so much amazing coaching going on our Drink Ketone Daily page, which you're invited to. There are probably over 100 years of coaching years when you add up our amazing coaching staff there in our Drink Ketone Daily page, which you're invited to with any purchase of our amazing Prove It products. But studies do show that when the more that you move, the more the cells get active, the stronger the cells get, the stronger the mitochondria get, the more it starts to uptake fuel. Think of it that a car that drives all day long, it requires more fuel. Or a person that moves more, they require more calories. The stronger an athlete is, the more they move, the more calories they can use. The same thing is true for your body. The more you move, the stronger the body is, the more muscle mass you have, the more calories, the more ketones your body can use, the more it's going to uptake that, the higher the therapeutic level you're going to have, and it's going to remain at that higher therapeutic level. So great question. Thanks for asking that. So Anne Marie says she loves the blueberry in the morning. I love this. Laura says, what are the benefits of the Mitoplex? So Laura, thanks for asking that. So, and I love that we have the new bundle packs, which actually bundles the ketones with the Mitoplex. I think it should always be bundled together. We know as a nation or as a globe, we are electrolyte deficient. We are deficient in our nutrients. Electrolytes are essential for survival, which means we have to have them for our bodies to thrive, not just survive, but we have to have them. Mitoplex are electrolytes. Electrolytes, when you take electrolytes plus water, you get electricity in our body. We know that our heart and kidneys run on a pump. We know that our heart to the other organs actually run on a pump. So when we take electrolytes and we add water to them, and then we add the amazing energy from Keto NAT to it, we get an amazing energy system that helps connect our brain to the rest of our body. It improves communication from cell to cell, from organ to organ, from brain to the rest of your body. But not only that, does it increase the energy, increase the communication, it also increases muscle mass because it has some creatinine in there. Also overall increases your performance, because when you're increasing the communication from your hand to your brain or your brain to your organs, you're automatically going to increase the performance of your body overall. We also know we have something called PQ2 in there. It's like people can say, I'm drinking water all day long, but the question is it getting into the cell? It's kind of like the ketones in the person just sitting sitting in the chair not moving? Are the ketones actually getting into the cell and actually making it to a therapeutic level? The same thing is true for the Mitoplex. Are the electrolytes actually getting into the cell? Are they helping the cell run smoother, better, more efficient? Are they increasing protein synthesis? Well, PQ2 actually ensures that the electrolytes are getting into the cell and that you're actually increasing protein synthesis, increasing overall productivity of your body. They are super important, anywhere from 1 to 3 a day. So if you know that you're not a good vegetable eater or have not been for years, if you know you have not good gut terrain, maybe you've eaten a lot of processed food over the last few years, you have a lot of pH issues with your guts, you don't absorb food very well, then you might want to consider anywhere from 1 to 3 a day. You can put them in your water. You can do a straight shot of the Mitoplex if you want. I love the way that tastes, so I like putting it in my water. You can use them with a workout, before a workout. You can use them with your ketones. Any time of the day is the right time. If you know you sweat a lot, you work in a hot environment, or again, you know you haven't been a good vegetable eater, because that's where we really get our electrolytes is from our above ground greens and some of our rooted vegetables, anywhere from 1 to 3 a day. We do have a plain one. It's going to be a blue colored one, which is a plain, it's a little bit salty flavor. We have a lemon, a lime, and an orange. Orange is my all-time favorite one, but again, you can mix and match them with any of the other ketones that you want. So 1 to 3 a day, I think it is essential for your daily routine to put that in there. And we do have amazing bundle packs together that saves you amazing savings. So grab a bundle pack today. Thanks for asking that, Laura. Okay, Judy loves her heart tart and lemon Mitoplex in the morning. So Danielle is asking about savings. So I see a lot of questions asking about savings. So I'm going to actually defer that to whoever is your sponsor, whoever signs you up, because yes, we have amazing ways to actually get your ketones at savings. To actually, I know every third or fourth month I get a free bag in the mail, but I'm actually going to stay focused on my target today, which is helping you better understand like our amazing Mitoplex, our Keto Pro, our Keto Up. I want to stay focused on that. So if you have questions about that, just get with the person who signed you up or your sponsor who gave you the referral code, and they can help get all those questions answered. Yes, Henrietta is asking you a great question. Can I take the Signal AM in the morning and the PM when I'm not rebooting? Absolutely yes, because the Signal AM is an amazing blend of different type of botanicals, vitamins and minerals and herbs that actually help wake your body up so it's not such a shock to your body, especially if you're a slow starter. Maybe you have an underlying adrenal issue or thyroid issue, or maybe you just have a lot of stress, you don't get good quality of sleep. It's going to help your body wake up. It's amazing synergistically working with our Keto NAT. The same with the Signal PM. It really helps the 3 R's at night while you're sleeping. It helps restore, rejuvenate, and refresh and repair all those amazing fragments that we're actually exposed to, the toxins we're exposed to throughout the day. It does help repair and restore and help you get into a better sleep. So I like to take my Keto Pro about 45 minutes before bedtime, and then I take my Signal PM anywhere from 1 to 2 a day on a non-reboot day in the AM, and 1 to 2 a day in the PM, just depending on how you feel. So absolutely it's meant to be taken every single day that you are exposed to toxins, you want to repair, you want to slow down that aging process, you want to be the very best version of yourself, you want to promote longevity, then that absolutely 1 to 2 a day in the morning, 1 to 2 a day in the evening. Great question, Henrietta. Thanks for asking that. So Lisa's asking, I'm a diabetic and I take insulin. Will the insulin create a problem? So when you have an extensive health history like that, like Lisa does, Lisa, I really want you to get with your healthcare provider and just chat with them, chat with a dietitian who understands what a ketogenic diet is, who understands what ketones are, and create a health and wellness plan that works with your health history, because it wouldn't be fair for me or fair for Dr. Andy or fair for one of our other specialists to actually just jump in here and have 2 sentences and create a health plan that works for you. So I really want to encourage you to work with a nutritionist or a functional physician that actually really understands, again, what the ketones are, the ketogenic diet, and understands what your healthcare solution should be and what your goals are in life. You guys have amazing questions. So Darla says, how many products do I take a day, or how many products do I use a day? So, Darla, we do have an amazing variety of products. So I actually just grabbed the 24 fast because last time I had a lot of questions on the 24 fast pack. So for me, I like to start my morning. If I wake up hungry, then I make sure I have water first, and then I take my Signal AM, and then I have coffee and my keto cream if I'm hungry, because the keto cream is going to help with feel full because it's going to give me more fats, especially if I know I didn't have good fats the day before. If I overworked out, then I have my keto cream. If I wake up and I'm not hungry but I'm tired, then I have my Signal AM and I have my Keto NAT. So it depends for me. I know everyone's a little bit different. And then whatever I didn't have in the morning, that's what I have mid-morning. So if I was hungry and I have my keto cream, then I have my Keto NAT mid-morning. So I generally have 1 to 2. I'll sum it up quickly. I have 1 to 2 Keto NATs a day. I have a Keto Pro before bedtime every single night, because there's studies that show that when your brain's in ketosis, whether it's through ketosis on a natural ketogenic diet, naturally those are called endogenous ketones, or if it's through exogenous ketones like Keto Pro or Keto NAT, you get the same amazing sleep. You get into that deeper sleep quicker. You get the repair, and I take my Signal PM. And then I do take Mitoplex anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 a day. If I do hot yoga, I obviously take more. If it's hotter in Kansas, I take more. If it's colder, I take less, just based on my energy level. If I know I've drank a lot of water, I'm still a little fatigued, I may take an extra Mitoplex. So that's kind of how my day rolls. I do take the 143, which is our amazing blend of MCT oils. Most MCTs just have C8. We have C8, C10, C12, C14, and C16, plus phosphatidylserine, which helps the cell wall be strong, be stable, and it has lauric acid. Lauric acid is actually C12. It's the hard part of coconut oil that makes it hard or solid at room temperature. It's antiviral, antiparasitic, and antifungal. So I generally use that if I'm having a salad or some veggies on there. So I do use all of the products, and it just depends on the day how many of which I'm using, depending on how my body feels. And I think you'll get in kind of that rhythm as well, depending on how you feel. And then today I actually had the buffalo chicken, because I love these meals. So if you had a better meal today, let me know what you have. But I had the buffalo chicken today. I also love the chicken spinach. Also love the chicken spinach as well. So generally most people start with 1 to 2 NATs a day. So where do you start? 1 to 2 NATs a day and at least 1 Mitoplex a day is where people start. Then they add in, for intermittent fasting, they add in the keto cream. So get with your sponsor or your referral code, and they will help you get started on layering our products and how you use them. Because when Prove It launched in 2015, we start with 1 product. NAT is still our hero product. Start with 1 to 2 a day, then layer from that. Great question. So great question. Kitty's saying, so is the trick to keep it low carb, or do you want to burn fat through just drinking it? So what we do know is that Prove It is not a weight loss company. I know there can be a lot of confusion because we see these amazing transformation, amazing experiences where people actually feel better, the fat falls off of them, we see them changing clothes sizes, body composition changes, people are getting stronger, they're getting denser, again, the fat falling off, but we're not a weight loss company, which may come to a shock. Give me some thumbs up and hearts on that if you agree. So what happens is when you drink ketones and you begin to practice intermittent fasting, we talked about ketones providing satiety, which means feeling fuller longer. We also know ketones stop some of the neurotransmitters. They actually increase GABA, which is your joyful, feel-good hormone, and also decreases dopamine, which is our impulsivity, things that make you want to go snacking on things or just drive through and get something. So when you decrease dopamine, which is our impulsivity, our craving neurotransmitter, we increase GABA, which is our happy one, and we know that we're getting more energy because ketones give energy to the cellular level. You have more energy, you're more active, you're more likely to do things, you're more likely to go out, you feel better about yourself. When you're drinking keto cream with amazing collagen in it, the broth also has amazing collagen, your skin's feeling better, more likely to go out, you start taking better care of yourself. You're exercising now because your energy's better, you're sleeping better, you feel fresher when you wake up. When you sleep better, you're less likely to snack. You have that feeling of satiety. So again, snacking starts to fall away. cravings for sweet things start to fall away. You automatically, organically, this domino effect starts to happen and the fat starts to fall off. So when you start to drink ketones, cravings go away, satiety starts to happen, then organically or naturally, you just start to feel better about yourself. You begin to exercise, you begin to get involved in more things, you begin to want to go out with your friends and participate in things like pickleball or volleyball or golf or whatever it is. And so we do know that what happens is when you hit a certain spot and then you say, you know what, now I want to get a little more aggressive about my body composition. Now I want to lose a little bit more of that fat. We do know that if you're eating a diet high in fat and you're wanting to lose fat, when you're eating that fat, your body has to burn through all that fat you're eating that day, whether there's grass-fed butter, avocado, hemp seed, chia seed, whatever it is that you're eating high in fat, bacon, your body has to burn through all of that fat. Then it will tap into your stored fat. Even though ketones are thermogenic to increase your metabolism, you still have to burn through all that fat. So if you're trying to lose some fat, again, you want to get with the healthcare provider, you might want to actually keep out the dirty carbs and eat just clean organic carbs the best you can. And that's what's great about our better meals is that they are really perfectly rationed out portion size. Whether you're clean or whether you're low carb, paleo, keto, you can always add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, add avocado, add some nuts or seeds, have a side salad to it. You can make this match whatever lifestyle that you want, except for vegan or vegetarian. Currently that will be coming up down the pipeline, but you actually will find out what it's like to eat organically, to eat hormone free. You're going to feel yourself being fuller longer, but yes, you have to burn through all the fat that you eat that day. So if you take I had the buffalo mash and I put more butter on the mashed cauliflower, I have to burn through all the butter before my body will burn through that fat. That's a great thing about ketones is ketones put you in a homeostasis state where it actually clicks into your body and says, okay, now I'm hungry, now I'm full. And that's another thing about the amazing reboot and doing a 24 fast. That's why I love doing the 24 fast every Monday. It's like hitting that reset button so it gets rid of whatever might have happened over the weekend, some cravings, some overeating. Your stomach may have gotten a little bit larger because you had an extra piece of pizza or some extra chips and salsa. You reset that. The same thing with our monthly reboot. It resets that whole mechanism for sugar cravings, for maybe overeating tendencies or overindulging, get you back on that eating healthy habit. So I know we're out of time today. I'm going to take one more question. Hopefully that helped answer that question. Okay, Chris is asking, swelling after drinking ketones, what do you recommend? This can happen for a couple reasons. I know we've been told, and I'm an 80s lady, I know we've been told that we are not to have salt. Sodium is bad. So what often happens is people have been on a low to no sodium diet, and we have amazing, properly formulated sodium in our Keto NAT, which is not to be part of your RDA. So when your body takes something that it hasn't had in a long time, it holds on to it. So if you haven't had sodium, been on a very low sodium diet, and you drink ketones, and then you get some swelling from the ketones, it's simply because your body is, number one, either been deprived from sodium, and so it holds on to it like, I haven't had it for a long time. Sodium is so important for over 5,000 processes in your body. It's the most important, one of the most important abundant nutrients in your body. Sodium is a taxi cab that puts nutrients into cells. Things it puts vitamin B, vitamin C, it puts potassium. Again, it puts nutrients into cell, even water and proteins into the cell. So if you've been deficient and been on a low sodium diet, this is a proper form of sodium, your body will hold on to that. Or number two, you're very dehydrated. Ketones have a mild diuretic effect. It pulls toxins out of fat cells, out of interstitial cells, which is the layers in between your muscle and your skin. So it goes to pull that out, even when you start drinking just a half a serving. So then your body, if it's dehydrated, it's gonna hold on to water for the same reason it was holding on to salt. In the first example, I'm dehydrated, it's trying to actually pull some water out. So what your body does is just hold on to water. So when it's deficient in electrolytes, deficient in water, sodium, your body's just going to hold on to that. So how do you rectify that? Number one, make sure you're drinking enough water, at least half your body's weight in water. Make sure that your urine color is a very pale, not highlighter yellow, but a very pale yellow, unless you're taking some form of B vitamins that make your urine a highlighter yellow. Make sure it's a very pale yellow color. So if you weigh 200 pounds, drink at least 100 ounces of water, another 8 ounces of water if you drink caffeine, another 8 ounces of water if you work outside or work out more than an hour a day. Make sure you're drinking enough water. And again, we have sodium in here because ketones are a mild diuretic. We also use ketones as a buffering agent because ketones themselves are actually very acidic, and the sodium is actually going to help buffer or make it alkaline in there. So if you're swelling, reduce your serving size, rehydrate yourself for 24 to 72 hours, and then reintroduce the ketones back into your body. Another way to do that is take a nice big Epsom salt bath, because your skin is your largest organ. Your pores work like little revolving doors at the bank. So they'll open up when they need more minerals from the Epsom salt, and they'll close when they're done getting enough minerals. So in a 6-foot tub, that would be a half a cup of Epsom salt. In a big spa tub, anywhere from 1 to 2 cups of just a natural Epsom salt. But first, plenty of water, and then you might add a Mitoplex in and a Keto NAT. Just decrease that till you get enough water, and it will go away. It's very, very normal for that to happen on people who've been on a low sodium diet and people who have not had enough water throughout the day, or people who are on a diuretic. And just to make the difference, when they're talking about sodium, like a low sodium, that's a sodium that comes in canned vegetables, on a diner, processed food, processed candy bars, popcorn, chips, that stuff that comes in, frozen dinners, those type of things. That's the sodium they're saying to avoid, which I agree. You should not have those types of sodium, because once you cook that, you denature it, and the body does hold on to some of that because it doesn't know what to do because it's toxic. But pink Himalayan sea salt, kosher salt, Celtic salt, the sodium that we have in here is all natural, and your body definitely needs it. That's why when you pull your blood work at your doctor's office, it's the very first thing on a comprehensive metabolic panel. You'll see sodium, then you'll see potassium. It's that important. So again, thank you for joining me here today. It's been an amazing time as always having you here join me. Don't forget to hit that share button and share that with your other friends and family so they can learn more about our incredible community here. If I did not get your questions answered, I'm sincerely sorry. I always do my best to get as many questions answered as possible. The good news is we have 4 to 5 years of past Facebook Lives. You can always use a search button up above. We have an incredible Prove It TV. You have a sponsor. You have a referrer that can also help you find questions. We have a YouTube channel. We have a Keto 101. Again, our Prove It TV is amazing. We have a help center, so we want to help you here. We always want to lead with education. Don't forget to download the Prove It app so you don't miss any of the most amazing news coming out. Don't forget to start the Core 4 with us. The Core 4 is our most incredible program. I know you can do it. Anybody can do anything at least 4 days a week, 4 healthy habits, for at least 4 times a week for 4 weeks straight. So look forward to having you join us on the Core 4, and we know that our 24 fast happens every single week, which leads into our monthly reboot. Can't wait to have you join us. Again, my name is Dr. Heather Carden, coming to you live from Kansas City. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.